Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we will talk about which is the most effective way in applying for a study visa in Canada. Is it hiring an agency or the DIY method? If you're interested in this topic, then keep on watching. Okay, so let's set things straight first. There is no one way that can guarantee an approval for a study visa application. Whether you hire an agency or you do it yourself, you can still get refused because at the end of the day, it's all about your personal profile and not how you applied for your visa. If you are still undecided whether to hire an agency or to do it yourself, well, maybe you can consider these two factors. First is your level of commitment. Applying for a study visa in Canada takes time and effort in researching and learning the process from start to finish. A study permit application needs your time and dedication. And the second factor is your financial capability. I don't think I need to elaborate more on this. So these two factors will help you decide whether to hire an agency or to do it yourself. So let's talk about the pros and the cons of each. And let's begin with hiring an agency. Let me begin by saying that not all agencies are created equal. I have no personal experience with hiring an agency, but I have read a lot of stories from people who did. And there are some good agencies that really have your best interest in mind, but there are also, unfortunately, some agencies that only see you as an ATM machine. So before you go in the comment section asking me for recommendation for a good agency, please don't, because I don't have any personal experience with any agency, so I cannot make a recommendation. So let's begin with the pros of having an agency. So first is time saving. So most of the agencies, as far as I know, have been in the industry for quite some time and they already know the ins and outs of the process of any kind of visa application. They can streamline the process for you and they can just hand you a checklist of all the documents that you need to accomplish and just submit it to them and they will do the rest. The second advantage is their expertise. You can get expert advice on things that may confuse you, but also take note though that if it is an immigration concern, it is best to consult an immigration lawyer. Some agencies have an in-house immigration lawyer, but I think some don't have. So you have to make sure that you're consulting the right person, especially if it has something to do with immigration laws and policies. Third is personalized service. Some agencies provide personalized support tailored to your needs, such as, finding the right school for you or choosing the program that suits your credential. And also, some agencies, depending on the contract that you sign, helps you or assist you from start to finish. Like, from your study permit application up to your permanent residency. So that's one thing less to think about. Okay, so let's move on to the cons of having an agency. Well, number one, it can be costly. This is really the major factor when you're considering if you're going to hire an agency or not. The price range of an agency services can go from 50,000 to 200,000 pesos depending on how many are you in the application. Will it be a solo application? Will it be a family application? So yeah, so the finances is definitely one that you need to consider. The second thing is you still do majority of the workload. Don't think that because you hired an agency, you can just sit there, relax, and wait for your approval. No, because you still need to do most of the work by yourself. Like for example, you need to get a copy of your diploma or your transcript of records or birth certificate and all that, all the personal documents. They will not do that for you. You would have to do that yourself and you just have to submit it to them and they will be the one to organize it and all that. So yeah, there's still a lot to do even if you hire an agency to help you with your study permit application. The third point is actually the deal breaker for me. That's why I personally did not go through an agency. And that is you don't have full control of your application. Most of the agency will not give you access or the username and password for the GC key. And the GC key is where you lodge your application. You need to log in to see the status of your application. So if you are a DIYer, you can log in as many times as you want, to check. You can get paranoid. So most of the time, like for myself, I kept on checking my GC key from, every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, That's an exaggeration, but yeah, but with an agency, especially those who do not give you access to the GC key, you cannot do that. You just have to wait for their advice or for their updates. Sometimes you have to, keep bugging them to give you an update. So that's one thing that I don't like when, getting an agency to apply your study permit on your behalf. So I think that's it for the pros and cons of hiring an agency. If you are someone who is still confused with all this application process but you don't have the budget for an agency, well, I got you, girl. I am a student mentor working with Coach MC of Study Live Explore CA, and our mission is to help aspiring international students with an easy and actionable guide towards your Canadian dream. So make sure you stick until the end. Okay, now, so let's talk about the DIY method. What are the pros and cons of this route? Okay, first, let's discuss the pros. Okay, number one, it can save you a lot of money, no doubt, because instead of paying the agency their agency fees and professional fees and all that, you can just save that money to add to your tuition fee, to buy your tickets, or for whatever, because this pathway is so expensive. So every single dollar or every single centavo counts. Second is you have full control of your application, just like what I mentioned earlier. If you lodge your own application, you can log in anytime you want, check the status of your application without having to go through somebody to ask for an update or to ask them how's the status of your application. So doing it yourself, you have all the access that you need. And next is you have that sense of fulfillment once you get your application approved. It feels so good to know that you were able to manage doing everything by yourself. Especially when you get approved, there's this sense of satisfaction that no money can buy. So when it comes to the cons, I can only think of one only, and that is it is time consuming, because you need to learn the process from scratch, from start to finish. And if you're someone who doesn't have time to do that, doesn't have time to research and to read up, then maybe the DIY method is not for you. But a friendly reminder though, I would highly suggest that you still do your due diligence in researching about the process, because at the end of the day, it is your future that is on the line. So don't put your future in somebody else's hands. So if you are an aspiring international student and you need help, you need guidance, you need a mentor like me to help you through the process, I would highly suggest that you go to studylivexploreca.com and avail of our program starter kit that comes with a free visa planner. We can advise you on the best program for you to take and help you get admission to the school of your choice. You can book a call with me or with other mentors that we have on board. You can raise your questions, your concerns, your doubts, anything under the sun. Just go to the website and book a call with any of the mentors that you want, and you can also have a free access to a visa planner that Coach MC have developed for you. It is a digital planner that can help prepare you for admission and for visa application. So if you are interested and that sounds good to you, go to the link in my description box and I will see you on the other side. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow me for more updates. Bye guys!